Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand, Warren County Extension Agent for Horticulture, and talking about peaches.
That's right, that's right.
But they're good for us, right?
They are. They're very nutritious for us. Actually, like a medium-sized peach, we're going to take this one, for example. It's going to yield about 35 calories. A little bit larger, I think it would be more like a 50 calorie, but still, there's no fat. A lot of vitamins A and C, so it's really good, and a lot of good fiber as well. So, we talked about, that there's different colors of peaches, white versus yellow. It kind of just depends on your preference or whatever is available to you in season. A lot of people want to eat them just fresh and as a snack. I think that's great. There's a lot of good recipes that we have here at the Extension office that can help kind of give you some other opportunities of ways to use peaches. And one of my favorite ones from our Plated Up Kentucky Proud recipe is our Peachy Breakfast Bake. And it's just very simple, but it's a great way that you can utilize peaches. Of course, we have a peach cobbler. I think a lot of people think about cobblers and peaches, but we have an easy peach cobbler recipe from our Plated Up Kentucky Proud as well. And we have a lot of other recipes that feature peaches too. There's a gluten-free peach and blueberry muffin recipe. So if you have like a gluten allergy, that might be something that you want to check out. I know gluten is something that we kind of have to watch about with our allergies and things like that. But, peaches I feel like can really fit any time of day, Joanna. They work great as an appetizer. A lot of times we think of the tomato caprese salad, but all you have to do is basically take one of these peaches and slice it, add a little bit of some mozzarella to it with some basil. You can add some balsamic vinaigrette just to kind of garnish it, and really that could be an easy appetizer. Like I said, it's super simple. All you have to do is just make sure you wash the skin of the peach because it is a little bit fuzzy. But it can fit really for any salad that you might want to throw in some peaches too for this time of year. Some people will say, if I wanted to peel the peaches, what do you recommend? So generally what we would ask you to do to peel it is just simply take boiling water, drop down the peach for about 30 seconds, and then after that time frame, you're gonna put it immediately into some cold water, and that's just basically gonna stop that cooking process. And then after it's, you've got it nice and saturated with the cold water, then you can go ahead and peel it. And it's super easy to remove that skin in case you need it. Really, I feel like it could be a great salsa too as well, that you could garnish those steaks or grilled chickens that are coming from this time of year as well. And then of course, there's peach ice cream, and there's all kinds of good recipes with peaches that you can utilize too.
And all those scream summer, because this is a summer fruit, and some people say, well, I might want to hold on to it for a little bit longer, right? And so there are ways to preserve peaches in jams, freezing peaches, so that you can utilize, because they're never going to be as good or taste as good as they do right now.
Oh yeah, when it's picked at the peak of perfection, locally grown, it is just like you said, it's the right stage of harvest. And generally when you're looking for peaches out in the market, or say you're going to a certified roadside stand, it's good to make sure that these don't have any bruises on it. Sometimes if it's maybe showing a green cast or color to it, that would indicate that it's really not at the ripe picking stage. So just kind of look at the fruits. There's going to be different grades, like this one is a number 1. Like you mentioned, number 2s, those are the ones that may have some imperfections, but they work great for preserving, canning, freezing, those type of things. And they give you a little bit of a discount knowing that you're not going to consume them like you would these number 1s.
Because they are a perishable product. When we have these, if we were to take them home and not utilize them in some type of cobbler or dish, we would probably not need to let them sit out on the countertop for a long period of time, because they are going to start to bruise and mush.
Yes, and as far as storing these peaches, Joanna, probably if they're still pretty firm, like these are right now, they're fine left out on the counter to let them kind of ripen up a little bit. Sometimes you can also look at the fragrance as well. That'll kind of give you an indication of maybe which one to pick first. But 2, you can also store these in the refrigerator up to 5 days and eat them. But still, like you said, there's multiple ways that you can use peaches for this time of year.
Yeah, and I always like them when I get them home is to unstack them.
I agree, yes, because it seems like the ones on the bottom, everything is so nice and neat, but it's nice to be able to spread them out and just kind of leave them in one location rather than stacked on top of each other.
Well, we appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show, and we hope you have a great day.